but I don't want to fail. And that was the reason I don't do it yourself.
Yes,
I can make research online. I can talk to ChatGPT to give me some little details about poultry farming.
Absolutely.
But I think that should be additional knowledge. It shouldn't be something you are just going to sit on. The position of the poultry pen, I don't know, maybe it is north, west, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know much about it.
You are paid for the consultation. You just relax.
Everything you said is what we are doing. I can hold you for anything later.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to be on the safer side.
Ah man, did you hear that?
We did use what you said.
The first time we spoke.
Oh yes, I think that was March around February 2025.
Okay, I think that's exactly March 25th.
2025.
Yeah, March 25th, and I think we had a roughly 10 minutes call. Okay, I said I had 10 minutes to spare.
Yeah. Actually, I understand. So you gave me 10 minutes, and I think I made a good use of that.
Yeah, I think I was discussing with my wife. I think that 10 minutes has battered something good.
Yes, actually.
So it's a beautiful experience.
Yes, sir.
So if we go back to 2025, what would you say was the original goal or what you wanted to do on this land, and why did you choose to still do poultry regardless of the news or the rumor about poultry being a risky business?
The initial plan for this place is I'm thinking of going into poultry farming right from the start.
Okay.
So I think I contacted you and I was like, okay, I want to start poultry farming, but I've been watching your videos on YouTube for quite a while.
Yeah.
So after I did my research, fine, there is rumors everywhere that the business is risky.
Yeah.
But tell me, what business in this world is not risky? So
Absolutely.
I decided to try my luck with you since I can see the good work you have been doing.
Yeah.
So I plan to do 1,000 capacity. On that very good day, you advised me that, okay, why don't you try 5,000 capacity? But I was so skeptical because this is a new business actually.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to test the water with 1,000 capacity, even though I can say I have the capacity to go to do 5,000 capacity. I feel like let me just test the water with 1,000 capacity. But I'm glad that I took your advice. Building a 5,000 capacity, then we can stop with either 1,000, 1,500 or 2,000 or even more. I think I'm so happy that I took your advice that very day.
Yeah, that was a very good one. Actually, without experience, with the way you came forth during that time, we would have just said, okay, let's just do something small. Let's do something very basic. 1K, and even maybe you even stock 200 birds. The way you were talking there, you didn't want to waste any dime.
I'm just trying to minimize.
But then from experience, I've seen that most people who start, even if you start with 5K,
I'm
in
so
no
confident.
time,
I'm so confident now that
because of the result, who would get, okay, now let's say they are currently 25 weeks and a few days, and they're already doing how many percent?
88.9%.
88 points, almost 89, 90%. 88%, even if we disregard the point, 88% at 26 weeks, they are not even up to 26.
They are not up to 26.
It's massive. It's massive. And the way they are looking all healthy and all that, I think it's a good one. So when you get this kind of result, there's no way you don't want to double the number.
Sincerely speaking, I don't just want to be overwhelmed. I'm really thinking expansion. Sincerely speaking,
true.
I'm thinking expansion already.
I remember some months ago, I think 2 months ago, you were like, you're already thinking about getting more point of cage. Since you already stuck one line, right. Just expand it to the second line. So actually, it's the beauty of the business when you, and one thing that I've seen with you is that you also always listen to advice. And you don't have too many mentors.
Oh no, I'm sticking with one person and that person is Fedas Pro. I don't want to listen to anybody else. Since I have you in my corner, I don't think there's any reason me trying to get somebody's advices on how to do this. I paid for the consultation.
Exactly.
I'm so happy, it's worth it. So there's no reason me looking for somebody else out there how do you do this, how do you do that? I can always call you. You're always available. I don't think there's any point in me looking out there.
I think one major problem that we face with people who are starting businesses like this, or poultry business as we are concerned about, is that one moment they are in talks with you and you have told them to do quite a few things, And the next moment, maybe by the time you get to the farm, they say, somebody said we should do it this way. And they will not even bother to ask you. And at that moment, you now feel like, okay, fine.
Do it.
That kind of thing, you just like, okay, fine, go ahead and do what you want to do. But then it's one very good thing that anytime, in fact, most of the times, you are waiting on the next order. And you are also, I've seen that you are also, your research is deep. And you always like to check the knowledge. When you find out something, you call in and say, okay, I saw this or I had this, and it's been very. I mean, the reward is already obvious. It's a fact that in the beginning you were skeptical, you had your own fears, and fine, you've been following Feathers Pro for a while, so that gave you a kind of confidence. But on your own level, as somebody who is starting a business, you still had your fears.
Yes,
but then you eventually chose yours. So at what point is it in the construction or after stocking the birds, at what point did those fears start to turn into confidence for you?
Okay, I can say for fact that I think it was the time we wanted to move this space.
Okay.
So the attention you pay to every little details.
Yeah.
So I spoke with the carpenter and he said, we are supposed to use 2x4, blah blah blah, and you wrote for me in the bill of quantity that we are supposed to use 2x6.
Yeah.
My bad, I forgot to ask you.
Okay.
But he said we can use 2x4, we can do this, we can do that. Okay. So we bought 2x4, and by the time you came on ground to like check what is going on, and so we found out we are using 2x4. We said, oh no, just to be on the safer side, and I decided to like. Take all the 2x4 away, then change it was
a drastic.
I don't mind the cost actually, because I just want to be on the safer side.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everything you said is what we are doing. Just I can hold you for anything later.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to be on the safer side.
Ah man, did you hear that?
We did use what you said, but the thing is, the fact that you pay attention to every details, right from the first block.
Yeah.
You're always paying attention. Okay, you are supposed to get this kind of iron. Make sure you are getting this kind of iron. Get this kind of wood, and make sure you are getting this type of roofing sheets.
Yeah.
So the attention to every details shows you are a professional and you know what you are doing. Yeah. Though I'm so confident in what you are doing since I've watched your YouTube videos and all.
Exactly.
But at that point, I felt relaxed that okay, yes. This person knows.
I don't know if you remember, but I think there was a time. Was it the bricklayer that was like, this number of blocks should be enough. I think 800 blocks.
I remember so well. He said, why is the person quoting 2,500 blocks for us? He said, oh no, don't worry, you are supposed to use 800 blocks, so just make available 800 blocks. And I feel like I called you over.
Yeah, you called me.
Mr. Opeyemi, this person said that we are not supposed to use more than 800 blocks. I was like, they said, oh no, you know what you are doing. Okay, don't worry, I want to settle in the middle. Let's go for 2,000 blocks first. And at the end of the day, we use about, let's say 2,800 blocks.
Yeah.
Let's say the one that broke and all. So you know what you are doing.
And you know, a lot of people want to, when they start this business, they believe that it's okay to fail and then rise again and all that.
No, I don't have that kind of belief.
So your own experience, you don't want to fail?
No, I don't want to fail. And that was the reason I don't do it yourself. Yes, I can make research online. I can talk to ChatGPT to give me some little details about poultry farming.
Absolutely.
But I think that should be additional knowledge. It shouldn't be something you are just going to sit on. Seek for practical insights.
It should probably guide you when you are not talking to the consultant.
Okay.
So you know what to ask.
What is Mr. Opeyemi saying? What does he mean by what he said?
Yes,
you can just seek additional knowledge. It shouldn't be what you are going to sit on to build a poultry pen. Okay, I watched one of your videos on YouTube where you said the position of the poultry pen. I don't know, maybe it is north, west or whatever. I don't know. I don't know much about it.
You are paid for the consultation. You just relax.
So I paid for that knowledge.
Yeah,
if I didn't know, if I didn't know anything about positioning it right, left, or whatsoever, because of its period, the sun and everything. So the way you positioned it, and I went back to your videos on YouTube and I saw that okay, there is reason why you position it this way. So let's imagine I did DIY. I'm not going to get any information about that. I'm just going to do whatever I want.
So now we built for 5,000 birds, and we started with 1,500 birds.
Actually, I told you I wanted to start with 1,000, but I became so confident in you. I feel like okay, let's do 1,500. But I did my math. I was like, okay, 1,500. I'll be seeing at least so profit. Yes. I felt like I'll be seeing at least